sir, we all are.
Hello, sir.
I know that sometimes you ask some questions, the teacher would have answering. No issue. I understand.
Yes.
That's good only.
Yes, sir.
Screen visible?
Yes, sir, visible, sir. Hey, take Bonda debate.
Just 1 minute. Huh? Okay, good evening. Yesterday I had a meeting with some function, so I had to attend. So that's why I could not take the class. I think screen is visible.
Yes, sir, visible,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, let me go to the. Okay, did we see this? This screen, this
No, sir. No, sir, no, sir. Before you can go, sir.
you can go before that. PHV is on.
Oh. No, Ford something.
Yeah, that means after
Yes,
this
state.
only. After this
Okay,
only.
then correct, sir. That correct, sir.
Okay, fine. We saw different type of hybrid vehicles, layouts, configuration, series parallel, mixed series parallel, or power split, all of this basic configurations, possible configurations. And then we started the how see, that may be a research, correct? This is a concept possible some would have developed in the lab or university or research institutions. Finally, when it comes to company will implement whichever is really possible to implement. That is what most important thing. Many times I used to say, even in my class for last 10 or 15 years, 20 years, friends also, I may invent something, correct? For example, I invented engine, which can give, say, one liter petrol engine, SI engine, which can give some 200 kilometers per liter, correct? For example, some special this one, but it costs the engine itself costs around 1 lakh rupee or 10 lakh rupee, correct? And I cannot implement. Generally, when it comes to company, correct, that is commercialization, what company expects or the end user expects is what is the investment, correct? What is the current price? What is the benefit I am going to compare? For example, some vehicle currently costs 10 lakh rupee. I am talking a mid-size sedan vehicle. It gives around 22 kilometer or 20 kilometer. You develop a new vehicle which gives 25 kilometer, another 3 to 4 kilometer. The price is another 2 lakhs or something. Then people will buy it. What they say is break even. If I buy this vehicle, I am buying 2 lakhs rupees more compared to previous vehicle which gives 20. This vehicle gives 25 kilometer, 5 kilometer extra. And I am upfront, I am paying 2 lakh rupee. And how many years I have to drive so that I recover. If it happens within 1 or 2 years, they will happy because vehicle life is 15 years. Correct? You know, the road tax we pay 15 years. So within 3 to 4 years, if I am able to recover the extra money I am paying, I am happy I will buy it. Instead of that, I am getting only 1 or 2 kilometers extra. It costs 15 lakh rupees. Nobody will buy. You will make it. Those vehicles will become failure. You would have noticed, yes, sir. Already you are working in industry. Correct? Commercialization is very totally different. This one business compared to doing research, all those things. So we saw 3-4 configurations: series, parallel, split power, all those things. Maybe other layouts 1 or 2 or maybe new things. But is it possible to implement and sell the vehicle commercially? That's what I started last week. Just 2 or 3 slides we talk. First one talked is the first company to introduce the hybrid vehicle itself is Toyota. As I told you, Prius. Prius means first. That's what I told. I still remember last class I talked. So the layout was this. It is as this is a series parallel hybrid configuration, and it has total vehicle power was this much, and it was giving 57 miles per gallon. We know that gallon equal to 3.74 or 76 liters. In this one, we are talking US gallon, not imperial gallon. So for that, it was giving 57 miles. So it was really very high compared to IC engine base. It won't per gallon, it will not give this much mileage. So later, the Prius is available now also. It is available as a plug-in hybrid also, correct, which you call a Prius Prime. I told you I don't want to take more time on this. Already we discussed about it. The schematic diagram of the Prius already showed, correct. It has two motors, MG1, MG2 with one IC engine, and it uses this planetary gear. Two planetary gears are there. They for interfacing the engine with the two motors. Finally, the vehicle is driven wheels, and we can see that the planetary gear one, planetary gear two. You know, planetary gear has one has a sun gear. In between, you have the carriers, and finally, outer ring gear is there. The ring gear of the gear one and gear two are connected to the motors, electric motors. You can see MG1, MG2 electric motors, which are connected to the ring gears of the carrier, connected to the sun gears. Extremely sorry. Engine is connected to sun gear of the first planetary gear. The first motor is connected to carrier of gear of the first planetary gear. So that means you can see the two power sources are connected to first planetary gear. The ring gear is the output of the gear, this one that is connected to wheel. Okay, you can see the solid black line. And the second motor, called MG2, is connected to the sun gear. And there is the ring gear is connected to the wheel. That means power from all three sources are connected to the wheel. At any given time, anything can run, correct? Many times you can see that the MG1 is used for driving and generating the work as a generator. Please note that these motors both can work as motor or generator. Motor or generator. That's why they called as MG1, MG2. Motor generator one, this one. From battery, it can take power. You can see that from battery, power can come through the converter, and converter increases the voltage and current and converts into AC voltage, DC voltage, depending on the type of the motor. These two motors are AC synchronous motor. That means the battery power, which is DC voltage, is converted to the AC voltage, which is given to the both the motor so that they can work as a motor. MG1, MG2 can work as a motor, generate torque. The torque is coupled to the final this one. Under the IC engine, we know that it directly drives. And this IC engine is driving both. So that's why this is called as a parallel or split power hybrid. Parallel or split power hybrid. Sorry, parallel or split power. Split power means IC engine power is going to drive the wheel, correct? And also mechanically, solid light, and also it can drive this motor as a generator. That power will be used to stored in the battery. Correct. So that means some amount of power from the engine is converted to electrical energy using the MG1 as a generator and can charge the battery while vehicle is running. Okay. Then the second motor is always work as a power, that is a prime mover. I can say that prime mover means which is going to drive the wheel. So second motor always work as a prime mover most of the time. The IC engine is a prime mover. Okay, that means this engine plus MG2 is used for driving the vehicle. MG1 is used for charging battery, but sometimes it can be also produce torque and provide, because it is connected to the gear arrangement, the sun gear, this planetary gear arrangement. So the output torque coming from the ring gear, correct? This ring gear can be ICE plus MG1 torque. So MG1 can also produce torque and it can be augment, add. apart from the torque coming mg2. This is how it works. It is a split power. This one very popular configuration. As I told you, the advantage I already told you. I think you would have taken the note of this. Okay. It has two synchronous AC motors. I told you on IC engine. The driver motor will boost the energy output, acts as a generator MG1. MG1 can act as a generator and also during the regenerative braking. Because during the deceleration happens when you apply a brake, instead of brake wasting energy as a heat in the brake shoes, and the motor will be connected so that it will absorb the energy coming from the wheels, and electricity will be generated that will be stored in the battery. It will be stored in the battery. So that means you are recovering energy. That is another advantage of the MG1. Okay, that's what we are talking, charge the battery. The second motor is used to drive the powertrain, correct? And also is the generator. This one, I told you, both can work as a motor as a generator. The second motor also uses a starter motor, correct? The second motor can use, MG1 is used as a starter motor, also start the vehicle. So it can work as a generator, it works as a starter motor, it is a propulsion motor also, MG2. And the MG1 is primarily used for charging the battery by taking some power from the engine. And also it can work as a motor. Extremely sorry. So this configuration, split power configuration with the planetary gear, will connect two motors to engine so that all three can drive the wheels. That is it. This configuration called Toyota hybrid system configuration, very popular. Then IC engine output will be divided between to drive the vehicle, also power generation using MG1. That's I told. That's kind of a split power configuration. Continuously variable transmission would control the engine power because this planetary gear works as a CVT. Planetary gear can work as a CVT. So that means automatically the vehicle speed, depending on vehicle speed, all those things, the engine speed is controlled. Okay. Then you have inverter placed between battery and motor, convert the power between direct current and AC. That's what I told you. This is the inverter which converts the DC motor to AC motor, supply power to the both the motors. Otherwise, when they work as a generator, when this is generator, AC power is coming, correct? This is AC power that will be converted to DC and it will be stored to battery. Please note that when this direction, DC power is coming, converted to AC and goes to motor. When both the MG1 and MG work as a motor, when it comes to reverse regenerative braking type, because they are AC generators, they become AC generator. That will become
actually, call பண்ணு.
Sir, hello, sir.
Some
cross connection, sir. Some cross talk happened, sir.
Okay.
Sorry for that, sir.
Okay. So then it can, this how it works. This is very popular, this one, that's what I explained here. Then how it works, little more detail. Last week I told you that say sun gear, this is center one is called sun gear. The four are called planetary gear. Last one is called blue one is this one, ring gear. Ring gear is connected to the load, correct? That means the wheels, okay? Through this one, the sun gear is connected to engine, correct? Sun gear is connected to engine. In this case, you can see that this is the gear train which is going to drive the wheels, and one motor is connected here. This is the MG1, sorry, MG2. This is MG2. We're directly connected to so that it can drive the vehicle. And here you can see that this is the second one. This is called the MG1. And now it works as a generator. Okay. And it gets power from the IC engine. And simultaneously, the power from the IC engine is supplied to the ring gear also. So the torque coming here from the IC engine plus MG2 is the torque. Two are going to drive. The some amount of torque is going to MG1. The MG1 works as a generator going to charge the motor. This figure gives a neat this is how the Toyota hybrid system in Prius works, and this is adopted by others also. You can note down this configuration. Just a schematic is this one. You may not this one. How it works. Okay. So now talking not only Toyota, now everybody is working. All the more than 100 companies are working, or 200 companies, I don't know numbers. So worldwide, everybody is producing hybrid vehicle. Started with Toyota. That's what I. Importantly, have Honda Civic engine. There's a motor. There's a battery pack. This is the inverter. This is DC voltage. This DC voltage flows inside the inverter. Inverter produces AC voltage. That means this motor is automatically AC motor. No doubt. Correct? If you see an inverter, it's nothing but DC to AC converter. But if you have DC motor, it will be called a DC to DC converter. Correct? Other one is called DC to AC converter. That's what is this. Other name for that is called inverter. DC to AC converter, other name is inverter. DC to just called a DC to converter only. Okay, in this case, the Honda Civic use an AC motor and an ICE. And there's a transmission and wheels. Honda Civic is a hybrid electric motor, hybrid with the CVT. We know that Honda is leaders in CVT. Not only for ICE, even regular ICE engine based. Automatic gear, they use CVT. They are very popular. Definitely, please.
It eliminates a lot of the losses that the engine transmission might actually face because it's just powering the motor and the batteries.
No. It is not like a series.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. That
it is
I
not
understood.
series. It is a parallel. There is an arrangement. It can be a direct connection. Also, this one. It is like a series parallel.
So it won't be like if, let's say, the engine is not available to be used, it can run purely on batteries, because the new city also has a similar layout, a new city hybrid. There, if I'm correct, it will run on electric power until under 30 kph. The moment speed increases, it will switch over to ICE power.
Yeah, that's what they said. This is a parallel hybrid.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
This is a parallel hybrid. It's not series hybrid. Correct. So there's a mechanical engine is connected, and also the motor also there has special this one no transmission.
Yes.
They can work together or individually also, depending upon the speed.
Sir, there was another car that used a similar frame layout, sir. It was called Fisker Karma. It came in the 2000s, and their strategy was that the engine, it will be in a very similar layout, but one of the modes of using it is that the engine will directly power the motor, similar to a series one. And it will charge the batteries, and the batteries will further run the
That you are talking about series hybrid.
Yeah. But it can also run in this combination
Yeah.
also, depending on what the driver chooses.
Yeah, but if it's series hybrid, you will never able to run with the engine.
Yeah, exactly.
It will always electric only.
Yeah, exactly, sir.
Okay. So, but here this one, it can whether it can do electric motor. Generally runs with engine. You can see that in highway you are accelerating high speed. All those things, IC engine only works in the Honda Civic.
Yes, right.
In hybrid. When it comes inside the city, the engine motor alone will work, and the motor will assist sometimes when you have sudden acceleration needed. Engine is not able to accelerate. That time the electric motor provide assistance. That means during the highway also, if you need sudden overtaking something, then the electric motor also will assist. So we are going to see what are different modes of operation within few minutes. Okay. Okay. Then Ford Escape. I think we stopped here. Ford Escape hybrid. Again, you can see that there's an engine. It is just similar to Toyota. In fact, it uses the concept adopted from the Toyota itself. Maybe they would have collaboration, royalty, something, or maybe the changes come. We don't know. But the Ford Escape hybrid uses the concept of Toyota hybrid. Exactly same. MG1, MG2 with an IC engine. Same. You have planetary gear 1, planetary gear 2, and finally, and driving the vehicle. Correct? It is so using. Now that we saw modes of the different type of hybrid configurations, and just we saw just the three because you can see more than 50 to 100 different. Go on seeing. That's not our interest. We just saw three companies. It's not that we this company alone everybody is making. We just saw three: Toyota, Honda, and Ford. Others also, but that is immaterial. We know that we know the basic configuration. Now, as we talked about it, the another important thing is when the engine will work, when the the electric motor will, when both will work together. How they are going to say that is called as modes of operation of hybrid vehicle. So, normally the hybrid vehicle runs by electric motor, okay, where in urban and low speed environment. That means inside the city, because we know that when IC engine runs, already told many times, even during our autonomous vehicle, I talked about engine. IC engine produces more pollution at idle and low torque condition, low throttle condition, produces more toxic emission tailpipe emissions, HC, correct, NOx, and there's some CO in case of petrol engine, in case of diesel engine, particulate matters and NOx are highly produced during idling condition and also during low throttle conditions. That means when you are driving vehicle, that happens inside the city. Inside city, you will be sometimes. In fact, last week I was in Bangalore. I driving my own vehicle. Correct. So literally for traveling around 8 kilometers, it took 1.5 hours. Just 8 kilometers. My mileage, my vehicle shows the vehicle 4 kilometers per liter or 3 kilometers per liter. Correct? Less than that. So that time the emissions, not only fuel efficiency, the emission is very high. Correct? It is not 10%, it times 5 times, 10 times more than the cruising speed. When engine runs a mid throttle condition, vehicle may be going to 40 to 60 kilometers range in highway, correct, without much sudden acceleration, all those things. That time it produces less emission, tailpipe, and also higher fuel efficiency. Generally, you will be driving engine with slightly lean, 16:1 or 15.5, something like 60, around that, slightly leaner than stoichiometric in petrol engine. Same thing we could do. So the power from IC engine will be added to motor power only when it is required. Because I told you, because the depending upon the type of vehicle configuration, whether series or parallel, series parallel, how even series parallel, what is the size of the engine, what is the size of the motor, that decides. In highway operating condition, in some vehicle, correct, once the battery power comes to below they may be driving. Please note that when you drive with electric motor, most of the time, that means not only inside the city, even in highway, if you have sufficient battery backup, we can state of charge, SOC, correct? Sufficient battery power, bigger battery and bigger electric motor, and which can drive your vehicle without IC engine to the whatever speed you want, correct? Not top this one. Maybe your vehicle goes up to 140 kilometers, maybe up to 100 kilometers. The electric or 110 kilometer speed, the electric motor alone can drive. Suppose you are driving your vehicle in highway, 70, 80, depends on individual, correct? Depends upon your age, your personal interest, correct? And your capability. In highway also, people drive only 60. I don't want to take risk. I don't want this one. I want most fuel efficiency. In that case, you will drive on 50, 60. Electric motor alone is sufficient. Even highway vehicle, your hybrid vehicle may be programmed to use electric. That's what I'm talking. Point number 2. It need not necessarily that in the highway you will be driving your vehicle if it is a series parallel hybrid or just parallel hybrid, split power or parallel. It doesn't mean that you will be running at highway. I told you in previous classes also, many times some vehicle may run with IC engine and switching of the motor power will be electric battery power will be used, will be kept for city driving to reduce pollution, all these things. many advantages we are going to see subsequent classes. But some vehicles, modern vehicle, they have bigger motors, bigger battery compared to the engine power. I said you 100 kilowatt means total power, maybe 60 kilowatt or 70 kilowatt maybe motor, electric motor, 40 or 30 kilowatt will be engine, correct? In that case, they may use electric motor itself for driving the highway. That's what the second part. Power from the IC engine will be added to the electric motor. That means electric motor only is going to drive your vehicle in a highway also, correct? It is fuel efficient, correct? That is pollution less and electric motor efficiency 90% compared to IC engine. Already told you, IC engine maximum capacity efficiency only 35 to 38 or 37. That is still very big. Petrol engine 30 to 34, diesel engine 37, theoretical only 40. Correct? That means if I burn 1 liter of diesel or petrol, only 40% only can be converted to mechanical and remaining 60% wasted. That means not using IC engine at any condition always best. Not only pollution, not only greenhouse gas CO2 production, and also money wise, economic wise. Correct? All power will be converted into mechanical energy. So that means efficient operation or efficient energy usage. So that means this vehicle we are talking, motor will be working in a highway whenever you want to accelerate. I told you because the torque you said that 60 or kilowatt or 70 kilowatt alone is the electric motor EM. This is IC engine. Now with this power 70 kilowatt or 60 kilowatt, the vehicle may go up to 100 kilometer speed. But I want to go because the vehicle has promised, manufacturer promised that the vehicle can go to 140 kilometer. That's why you bought the vehicle. Correct? In that case, how will you get extra power? Extra power, you want to go beyond 100 kilometers. If you press the throttle pedal, automatically vehicle controller will switch on your IC engine also. Take power from that. So as a supplementary, it will be added to the electric motor. So this way, it can be used. Otherwise, if the power of the battery is depleted, you will be running with the vehicle engine, IC engine till you reach your charging station, but you may not be able to accelerate full speed. You may go with 40 kilometer, 50 kilometer, 60 kilometer to reach your destination because your engine power is only 40 kilowatt or 30 kilowatt. With that, you cannot accelerate full speed. Correct? So this and all will be optional. The worst case scenario we are talking. Also, the IC engine will be operated at best operating conditions. Correct? Max torque or power, max speed region. Okay, and to achieve maximum efficiency, less pollution, less fuel consumption. If you are running, whenever you try to drive your vehicle, in a hybrid vehicle, the manufacturer may decide, try to run the engine at max torque or max power condition, some region in your speed versus torque or speed or power car, already we saw that. So that, but if your power is needed, it may take from electric motor. Both way possible. That's why it's an engine will be operated at max condition and additional power needed will be taken from the electric motor. And so that as you accelerate, demand the speed from by pressing throttle pedal by driver, the configuration will work. Okay. Okay. So operating modes of, because we know the 3 type of vehicles are there: series hybrid, parallel hybrid, series parallel hybrid. First thing we talk about operating modes of series hybrid, in which it can both the vehicle can operate battery alone mode. These are the popular this one coined by industry. One is called battery alone mode in hybrid vehicle series. When the battery has sufficient energy, the vehicle power demand is low, then IC engine will be switched on the generator. Okay, so please note in hybrid vehicle, we know that you have the engine, correct? It is going to drive a generator. Generator in turn will drive the motor. Motor is connected to wheel, and of course there's a battery pack, right? So that means power can, to the motor which drives the wheel can come from the battery or from generator. Okay, so already battery is fully charged means what they do is they will switch off the engine. That's what we are talking here. Please note that it is a series hybrid. That means always motor is going to drive, but the motor can get power from the battery or from the generator which is driven by the engine. So when battery power is sufficient, that means this is fully charged. Correct? I say FC fully charged condition. and the vehicle will be going at 30 km, 45 meters, not high acceleration, all those things. In that case, what this one means, the power will be taken from the battery and the engine will not run, generator will not work, the power will drive the motor and vehicle will be driven. Motor. Now, suddenly you want to accelerate, correct? You want to accelerate, that means you are going to take more power from the battery. The battery will start draining quickly and current may not be sufficient. As the voltage comes down from the battery, the current which can supply also comes down. That means the torque of the motor is directly proportional to current supplied the electric motor. Already we saw the autonomous vehicle, I talked about engine also. And also electric motor also we talked about it, right? So that means now the battery is in that case the engine will kick in and will drive the generator. This will also produce electrical voltage and current. So that means from the battery plus generator power is coming whenever you want to. That's what we are talking. A low power condition, battery alone will work. In series hybrid, the engine will be off, generator will not produce any voltage. Correct? Low speed, you are driving 40 kilometers slowly, you are driving, don't need acceleration, all this thing. Now, other mode is called, next mode is called combined mode at high power demands. That means you want to drive your vehicle at full speed, full throttle condition. Then IC engine generator will be turned on. Battery also will supply, both will be supply. So the electric motor will drive. Please note that again, series hybrid means engine is not going to mechanically drive the wheels. Correct? The engine will be kicked in so that the generator will provide more current and more voltage that will be added with the battery voltage current, then which will finally go into the electric motor. This mode is called combined power mode. The third mode is engine alone. During highway cruising condition and moderately high power demands, the IC engine, so the battery will be disconnected. We know that battery is needed mainly inside the city, correct? Low speed and the motor provide high torque, wherever start and stop, correct? Inside the city, you apply, you'll be getting signal, more this one, you stop your rail completely. In that case, engine switching off because start stop is possible, engine also. Again, you many times that is not really worth, correct? Start stop was implemented in many IC engine based vehicle also. Okay, but the problem is again, whenever you start your engine, the starter motor consume more power than how much energy you are going to save by switching off the motor, the engine. Frequency one, many times it may not be worth. But if it is a hybrid electric vehicle, inside city, you are permanently switched off your engine. The generator of the series hybrid also not working. The motor will be taking power from the electric motor and it will be driving city condition. That is this one. Low speed condition. But when you go to highway condition, moderate speed, correct? And no frequent start stop. You are not, in that case, I can drive my IC engine at optimal speed, correct? Please note that torque also, it goes something like this, right? So some region, engine is not going to be in this one, maybe operating at within the range and produces the maximum, but many times you operate at the peak torque or max torque condition. So it will be charging the generating power and power will be supplied to motor. Okay, more power will be coming from the engine. That means highway condition moderated this one. Note that battery is neither charged nor discharged. That means battery will be disconnected in this condition. Okay, so we are not taking charge and all the energy produced by generator, electrical energy will be given to wheel and you use for driving the vehicle. Okay, this mostly due to fact that battery is already charged fully, state of charge already high, but power demand from vehicle is not requesting the battery power. The engine, whatever the energy generates by driving generator is sufficient. So in that case, it can work like this, engine alone mode. Okay, so these are three modes by which the series hybrid vehicle generally works. I think any small mistake. Okay, this is 1 minute. Yeah. We should have talked about parallel hybrid first. Okay, nothing wrong in it. I got this one. If you talk about parallel hybrid, the series this one, the motor alone mode, again, vehicle is driven by electric motor. Okay, generally when vehicle is power is low and engine is turned off, low speed, city and even highway, you are not going beyond the 30-40 kilometer, correct? In that case, the motor alone mode will be used. Combined mode means both, that means full torque, full speed, high the acceleration, all those things, both will be used. Motor and this one. Again, in parallel hybrid, again, engine alone mode can be used. Used generally during cruising conditions, right? Mid throttle condition, I told you, moderate to high power demands. Engine provide all the power needed to drive the vehicle. Motor will be generally off. Okay, that will be, but that means battery power will be saved for using inside the city or when vehicle is moving at slow speed. Slow speed happens. This is mostly due to fact that battery SOS is already very high, but power demand from the vehicle prevents engine from turning off. Correct? Engine cannot be switched off because you need more power. So in that case, the engine will be running and the electric motor may not be used. Please note that if the engine alone mode is what condition, there is a limit. Correct? Up to what condition engine alone can work and up to what power demand or speed the motor alone can work and up to what condition this one. This is decided by the manufacturer. They do a lot of tests and see that the whole idea of deciding which mode to run all those things based on the fuel efficiency, what the vehicle manufacturer are claiming, what is the tailpipe emission reduction, all these things matters and how they have programmed all these things. So these are three modes parallel. Then power split mode, correct? We are talking about power split mode. This mode is used when engine is off, but the vehicle power demand is low. And the battery power also low. Correct? Split power mode is what we know. Split power mode already we know. The engine provides mechanical power and also produces electrical power to charge the battery. To charge by electric power to charge the battery. Correct? And mechanical power to drive the vehicle. Engine is running. Majority of power from the engine is used for driving the vehicle. Some amount of power is, that's what it called split power. Correct? Engine power is split into two. And when this happens, that means SOS means state of charge. That means battery power is low. That is measured by a controller. If you measure, then split power mode is enabled. And some amount of power from the engine will be connected to generator. In case of previous one, MG1 will be connected. It generates the electrical power to charge the battery. Okay, that means that time battery is not used. Battery will be charged in case of split power mode. Okay, then the portion of engine is converted electric to charge the battery using MG1 in case of this one. Next mode is called stationary charging mode, used when charging the battery. Correct. So vehicle is not running. For example, you are parked in your home or in the highway. You saw that you are taking coffee, something like that. Correct. You are traveling long distance. You are in between. You want to take a coffee break. You can, but you see that next after this 50-60 kilometer, you are going to enter into the city. But you see that the battery power, state of charge is very less, maybe 30%, 40, very low. That means when you enter, you want the battery should be fully charged so that you go to electric mode. In that case, you can run stationary charging. That means engine is switched on. All the power from the engine will be converted to, will be driving the MG1. Correct? So the MG1 will produce electric charge to charge the battery to full condition. 10% SOC will be charged to 10%. That means stationary vehicle is not moving. Maybe you are taking coffee somewhere. You will stop your parking lot. You can switch on the engine, connect it to the stationary charging mode. So the engine will be running, or that will be used for charging the battery. Then next mode is what you call regenerative braking. This is not under the driver control, but many of these things will be automatically done by the vehicle controller. Please note, hybrid electric vehicle, you have sophisticated controller, correct, which can automatically decide, measure various parameters accordingly, switch on the engine, switch off the battery and motor, all these things it does. And similarly, the regenerative braking is whenever you apply a brake and but automatically in a hybrid electric vehicle or even mild hybrid electric vehicle, the MG1 wheels will be connected to MG1, correct? So MG1 is I'm talking Prius or similar kind of vehicle, and the wheel power, instead of wasting as a heat in the brake pedal, the electric motor becomes a generator, regenerative generator, and the energy produced will be charged in the battery. That battery power can be again reused, correct? You are not. So the electric motor is operated as a generator, convert the electric vehicle kinetic energy into electrical energy stored in the battery. So this energy can be later used. Okay, whatever we talked till now, then yeah, one slide I missed previously. I think this one, I think I repeated twice, correct? So that's not needed. Okay. So whatever we talked is shown as a picture, correct? You can see that engine, there's a clutch, there's a battery, there's a power converter, electrical power converter, correct? Which supplies energy to the motor. Then you have transmission system, then goes to wheels. This is called electric one only mode. Please see that in this case, there is this one. This clutch will be energized. So that means engine is disconnected. This is electric one mode. That means I am going to use my electric motor to drive the vehicle. The power flow is from battery to the converter to electric motor to wheels to transmission. Okay, that time engine is cut off, switched off, and the engine is disengaged for using a clutch. Physically disengaged, because anybody know why they want to disengage a clutch engine? Electric motor, okay, switch off the engine over. Why you have to use a clutch to disengage the engine from the motor? Or anybody? Hello?
So to avoid the additional load on motor.
What is the additional load? Where is the load? That's what I want to know. You are correct.
Yeah, so
I mean,
basically losses in running the engine, pumping losses maybe.
pumping losses, frictional losses, correct? Crankshaft weight, correct? You have piston weight, crankshaft weight, flywheel weight, and frictional, all these things, correct? Inertial load and pumping losses, and also the frictional losses. All these things come around 10 to 20, 15 to 20%. They are saying this frictional pump, all these things is around 20% of the engine power, correct? So that's why you have to disconnect, physically disconnect the engine, so that the power from the motor is not wasted to drive the piston, all those things, movement, correct? The weight, all those things. So you can, this much energy comes. So that's why they put a clutch and disengage in electric mode only. Next mode is hybrid electric assist. Okay, so engine is driving, clutch is closed, engine is driving. You can see the engine is driving, and parallelly the battery power through the converter is given to motor. Motor, both are added. That goes to V, correct? It can be both way. Please, I already told just a few minutes before I told. The engine may have a bigger engine, smaller electric motor. For example, this is 60 kilowatt, this is 40 kilowatt electric motor. Okay, that means whenever you go highway, wherever, most of the time cruising beyond say 40 kilometer, 80 kilometer, 100 kilometer, engine alone is sufficient. Correct, that it has a sufficient power and torque to drive the vehicle up to 100. But your vehicle can go up to 140 kilometer. In that case, if the vehicle goes beyond 100 kilometer, engine power is not sufficient. Automatically, the electric motor will be kicked in. Correct, and the both will together work. Otherwise, it can be like this. This can be 40 kilowatt. This can be 60 kilowatt. Just previously, few minutes before I told you. Bigger electric motor. Most of the time, the electric motor drives inside the city, even in highway. As long as the vehicle speed doesn't exceed beyond say 180 kilometer. 100 kilometer, 80 to 100 kilometer. 0 to 100, this one, up to 100 kilometer, the electric motor can drive. It has a bigger motor. Engine is smaller. But if you want to accelerate beyond 100 kilometer, that time the IC engine will be kicked in. So it will add with this. So vehicle can go to maximum speed. So this is called as whether electric motor assist or engine assist. Both can be there. This need not be electric motor assisting engine or engine reverse also possible. Engine assisting electric motor or electric motor assisting engine in parallel hybrid together. That is called split power. This one. So that company design which is better. All this that is what they do. The third mode is battery charging, stationary mode. I told you. That means your vehicle is not running, correct? And there are two modes. One is called while driving also can the battery charge. Please see here. This is not stationary mode. Battery charging while driving itself can do. Engine is running. It is supplying mechanical power to the wheels, and but it also drives the motor. Correct? Motor now become a generator. Engine is driving this one, and some amount of energy will be given to this motor now, which become a generator and which produces the electricity that will be converted to and charge the battery. Correct? This is battery charging mode while driving also. Okay. The other one is regenerative braking. Regenerative braking means that means engine is disconnected. The vehicle is decelerating. The mechanical power MP from the wheels will be connected to the motor. Now motor works as a generator. So it produces electricity. That power will be stored in the battery. Engine is disengaged. They call region. Whenever apply brake in hybrid vehicle, this is what happens. Engine will be disconnected using clutch mechanism. The wheels will be directly connected to motor. Motor now acts as a generator. It's not a motor now. So it produces this one. And stationary power mode means the engine is off, clutch is open, vehicle is not running. Correct? Sorry, extremely sorry. One small thing. So engine is connected. The motor is working as a generator. Please note that. But this is disconnected. Wheels are disconnected. Engine is running. The motor become a generator. So it generates energy to charge the battery. This is called stationary charging mode. Correct? You wanted to have the full charge in your battery before entering city. You took a break. Some 10-15 minutes or half an hour break you are taking somewhere in the highway before entering. You can do that if you want to reduce the pollution. Some vehicle may have this stationary charging mode also. It is not that every vehicle we don't know. That depends upon company. Okay. These are the modes we are talking. Now that we have talked to different type of configuration, before I want to conclude today, by providing torque, what is the advantage of hybrid vehicle? Take the points, important points. By providing torque assistant with the electric motor, IC engine can work at most fuel efficient mode or speed being max torque bad condition. Correct? I told you, if you drive the vehicle most of the time with the electric power, electric motor, having bigger motor, bigger battery than the IC engine. That means this kind of vehicle, this condition happens, as I told you, 60 to 70% of the power required by the vehicle will be given by electric motor. 40 to 30% only given by IC engines, IC small engine. Okay, the vehicle is designed like that, means most of the time this is going to work on it. Okay, then reducing the power wasted energy during idle or low by turning off the engine. This is one way to do. Whenever inside the city driving, wherever possible, try to switch off the engine so that the engine efficiency is very bad. 40%, 35%, produce more pollutions, all this thing can be this one. So engine will be turned off. The again engine, IC engine will be downside and power from the electric motor is used for acceleration. That means now this condition I am talking about, engine is 60 kilowatt, the electric motor is 40 kilowatt. For example, I am saying, right? So engine is always running in highway condition, correct? So with this power, it can go to the 80 kilo, 100 kilometer, but vehicle has to go 140 means the motor will be switched on. Okay. But when you come inside city, the motor alone is sufficient because you are not going to drive 60, 70, 80, 100. You are going to ride 0 to 40 kilo, 30 kilometer. In that case, small motor is sufficient to produce the sufficient torque and power to take your vehicle up to 40 kilometer inside city. Again, downside engine not 10%, right? Instead of this one, but it is slightly bigger engine compared to electric motor. And whenever you want acceleration, engine power is not sufficient. The motor will be kicked in. There's no power from the electric motor, sudden acceleration, overtaking, all those things. Can it? Then next thing is, so we are seeing what are the ways to increase the whole idea of hybrid electric vehicle is two things: fuel consumption, correct? Achieving better fuel efficiency. That means less fuel consumption. One, fuel consumption, less fuel consumption. First point, cost reduces. Then suddenly is pollution. What? The toxic emissions plus CO2, correct? CO2, greenhouse gases. This is one of the main things. Apart from pollution, because IC engine will see HC, CO, NOx, and particular all these things are reduced as long as you reduce use of IC engine, switching off or using very less minimum. Okay. Then third thing is not burning fuel at all. That means CO2, I want to make zero CO2 means engine should be switched off. Whenever you switch off, you are protecting the environment in your hybrid electric vehicle. Okay. So then kinetic energy during braking is recovered using regenerative braking, which is not possible pure IC engine vehicle, because the energy will be wasted as a heat in brake pedal, brake shoes, correct? Because they say you can recover up to 5 to 8%, 7%, different people are talking, correct? Up to, correct? The brake, we are wasting so much power, 5 to 8, some people say 3 to 4, different research paper talking. Yeah, whatever, maybe even 1% will be recovered as electrical energy used for this one, propelling the vehicle instead of wasting as a heat in the brake pedal. Not only that, energy is wasted, brake shoe get worn out, then you have to frequently change the brake shoes, cost, all these things, maintenance, all these things. So that can be saved by regenerative braking, which is possible only in case of hybrid electric vehicle or electric vehicle, because you have electric motor which can be converted to a generator to recover the energy, kinetic energy from the wheels, which is not possible in IC engine. Right? So another advantage, most important advantage. Then overall torque delivered by powertrain is improved because of instant torque delivery electric motor. Sudden acceleration, correct, is possible much better than the IC engine, basically, correct? We know that IC engine start like this. You know the Ferrari, if it are Porsche or any sports car or racing car, they want to say 0 to 100 kilometers within 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 2. And now the electric motor can go 0 to 100 kilometers within 2 seconds. Already they proved, correct? So much better than IC engine, and without wasting fuel, because the torque the electric motor is like this, right? Better torque. At 0 speed side produce 80%. Then, as I told you in the beginning, fuel efficient vehicle, reduce pollution. These are the main important note down. With this, I stop today. We'll meet tomorrow. We'll talk about how to design or design calculations more about the hybrid vehicle, and then we'll see about electric vehicle. Then we will talk about components of hybrid electric vehicle and power electronics and all other things later part after the midsum. Till midsum, we'll be covering about hybrid vehicle configuration, power calculations, all those things we'll see. Okay. Please give your attendance before leaving. See you by tomorrow by 6 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care.